It's Week 18 of the...
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from Ford Field. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passing.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. This defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself,
he's got him in, complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Gibbs straight ahead. And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And his throw here is incomplete. You look at this Packers defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a scoreless game. They tried a 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, Love. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. And they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there, and it's an opening drive, first down.
Pressure, he's brought down. multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approached this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Striker, 3-3.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Love, this is 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Love to throw for it on 4th. That's caught at the 3. And it's a Packers touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Ready.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. But now he appears to be in some pain. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Here we go.
Now 2nd and 9.
Cut.
Now Lance on the bootleg. And it's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Packers defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Held them well under 200 yards of total offense. In today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week.
And Lance now to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows, you might get on one of those magical runs.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for a linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The Packers at 11-5 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down now, Dickens. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. As they've got it as we resume action. 3rd and 2. Love with it. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. These two teams, they met in Lambeau earlier in the season with the Packers winning that ball game. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
10 cycles.
They'll run on 1st down. Dickens, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Love looking to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The offense on 3rd down. They've been okay 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Love. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And down to the 16-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Dickens, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready, set.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Drill, 52.
To throw now. Here's Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. With now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
On the set.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Shotgun now for Lance. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Jack Fox now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Ready?
2nd down, Love. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Black shot.
Love. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling him back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Lance going to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Locked incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Down.
Line of scrimmage moves from 137-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10.
Like blue. Fierce Yellow.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Let's go.
2nd and 10.
Black Ultra. Green Jack.
Love now. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 3rd and 7.
22 needle.
From the gun, it's Lance. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Ready, break.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And certainly they are pleased to know that they will be in the postseason. That's the good news. They've clinched a spot at least. The bad news, at least for now, they would have to make a run out of that 6-hole CD, and that's not an easy prospect.
Not at all, especially with how loaded this conference is. And think about the thought of trying to run through 3 road games just to the Super Bowl. It seems unlikely, but we have seen it happen before.
Watch out now, 50 Fury.
On 2nd down, Dickens. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing. Love. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
On third down, Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
52 blaster.
Working out of the gun. Love. It's complete to Fitzgerald. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he's taken down, back at his own 7. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go, Shaq.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hawk 70.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
60 by 6. Check, Panther.
On 1st down, Dickens. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ready up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10
70 Lion.
at the 28-yard line.
Now Fitzgerald going to get it on the end around. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. A give up the middle to Akers. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Packers stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Ready, ready.
On 1st down, Lance. finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Working from the gun, Lance. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go.
And this offense on third down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From midfield, here's Lance. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now 2nd and 3. And Lance now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Ready?
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And they corral him just a couple of yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. That's on the tackle, Panay Sewell.
Okay.
So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Here's Lance to throw it. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
To throw on second down, Fox. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down at 7. Going right back to Akers. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
79 Bronco. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Operating from the gun, Fox. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, there's absolutely. Stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. Here's 3rd and 3. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, showing the strength, Fitzgerald. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Looking to throw. Fox. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Let's go.
Lance now on 1st down. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Lance. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And